the last one I did, I'm like, I gotta jump to the guest a little quicker.
You got to just jump right to it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen what's that show called? Last Meals.
Mm-mm.
Where is this guy who basically interviews like celebrities and music artists, and he asks them questions like related to like death and like living, families, whatever it is, while they have like their theoretical last meal on Earth. And he's like an excellent interviewer. He like immediately has like this quippy thing, and then he jumps like straight into the interview. And I'm like, golly, like how do you do that? Because I'm the same way. Like I will always take my time to get to the question. I'm like, man, that's a really cool answer, and I will relate to them, and I can just tell them on the other side that are just like, dude, just get on with it. Like, just ask the question. And then I'll finally ask the question, and they'll be like, so what was the question again? And I'm like, dang, dude, I feel like I'm a terrible interviewer. But then again, I can also make people cry on camera.
Yeah, you made me cry.
I made you cry. Yeah.
I interviewed a musician named Simon Flory, and I was doing this long monologue, and he goes, "I'm right here, Brandon." And I'm like, there you go.
Yeah.
I just learned something from Simon Flory.
Yeah. I think the best interview technique I learned actually was 2 weeks ago. This guy called Brian Storm from Media Storm. Really cool guy. Used to be a photojournalist, is now a filmmaker, and he has this really great talk about how to like interview people and like the power of audio. And then one of the main things he said is like, just shut the hell up and like let them talk. And he showed an example where he like asked a question, and like this lady like said this really profound response, and you can tell he had a follow-up question ready to ask, and he like paused the video and never let it go, or I guess like never said anything. And she like delved into like this comment being like, yeah, I don't know if my parents ever really loved me, and then like went on about it. And you're like, what? Like, how did you get this as a filmmaker, like as a documentarian? Because I'm like, to get that out of people, it's pretty difficult, right? Not that like what you're looking for, or like you're trying to pry open like a clam show or something. But like, it was interesting to see him say that, because I was like, I think sometimes I just need to shut the hell up and like let people talk.
Shut the hell up. Welcome to the 10 Streamer Podcast, Michael. Today, my guest today is Michael Ortiz. He had this whole plan to mimic me and intro it, and you can still do that if you want.
I can still, yeah.
You want to do it? Go ahead. Yeah. How would you impersonate me?
Hi, my name is Brandon Weaver. I am the biggest fan of Michael Ortiz. He's got a great mustache, great baker, all around great guy. But there's just one thing about him I just can't put my finger on, and I can't say the rest.
Okay, now I'm going to do Michael Ortiz.
Okay.
So you're probably watching this on video.
Yeah.
I'm going to do Michael Ortiz. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you got, yeah. You know what you need? You need like the censor bars. While you're talking. So like, just say whatever you want, and then I like in post, I'll put a bunch of censor bars.
Okay.
That way but I'm not going to do it.
That's a crazy, that'd be a great name for a bar, censor bar.
Yeah, censor bar. Brandon, that's the start of our new podcast. This really is two dudes talking, two straight dudes, not white, Mexicans.
Unhinged, straight talk.
There's also going to be a Patreon exclusive episode of this, right?
Yeah, a disclaimer, if there are some odd cuts, which we're going to try not to do because Michael is videoing this for us, and he was setting up some elaborate cameras. 1, 2, 3.
3 cameras.
I can do the count.
Yeah.
And he said, how do you want this? I go, I don't know, on video? And he goes, I said, MP4? And he's like, okay. And then I went to the bathroom. I'm like, is MP4 a video format?
Yeah.
And then he goes, well, what are you going to color it in post? I go,
nope.
Don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It's like, I got to Google Maddie, producer Maddie. What's color in post?
What's color in post? Yeah. And it's a band, actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
I drove through post on the way here.
Yeah. The Center of the Universe, or is that Snyder?
Oh, Jesus. Not Snyder or post.
No, Snyder.
It's
you know, post has a Casey's.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I stopped and got fuel there. No, I didn't. I waited till Allsup's.
Are you an Allsup's or Casey's fan? Because I feel like neither. Okay.
Quick Trip.
Quick Trip.
I love Quick Trip, man.
Oh man,
their fuel tastes so that
it tastes really good. Yeah,
their diesel is. You can trust it.
Yeah. Usually, I like dip a little bit and I rub it in my teeth, and like that's what really gives me really shiny white teeth.
Oh wow.
Yeah. See, I look into the camera.
Man,
to do it. Yeah.
You might want to check the white balance on that camera. I think you just overexposed it.
I said it to. Is that how it works? Actually, Brandon, why don't you tell me what the exposure triangle is? Actually, I'm not going to say that because I guarantee this looks overexposed. Actually, Yeah.
Let me tell you about Mexican food.
Yeah, go on. Yeah. I hope you know, in the quietest hours of the night at my house when Jared is gone and Justin is with his girlfriend, I guess, I'm like, yeah, how dare he? You know, I still giggle at the fact that your wife Allison is like, I don't know if you can say that to him.
I'm like, well, we go each other in some I won't say mean ways, but we like to give each other a hard time.
It's pretty crass sometimes.
So that's what I was going to say. If there are some odd cuts in the audio, it's because I had to edit something out that Michael and I said that may offend, and it'll be on Patreon. We'll do a paywall if you want to get the uncut, unhinged rock version. Shock jock.
Well, there's just too many snowflakes that listen to this podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. The Gen Zers.
Hey, you know, I support the Gen Zers and I promote them and I talk about how great they are, and they drink out of water hoses.
Yeah, there it is.
I hate it. It's like my generation has this obsession with water hoses.
Yeah. We're speedrunning every episod of the 10 Streamer right now.
Okay. Yeah. So I talk about that a lot. Yeah.
Well, West Texas. Like twice. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Twice.
Which is kind of a lot. What is that saying? Twice is not a coincidence, but it's a pattern?
Sure.
Yeah.
I saw that in Beautiful Mind.
I think I saw that.
See, there we cut.
Yeah, there we cut.
Well, who the hell is Mike Ortiz, and why does the 10 Streamer podcast look so fantastic on video right now? It's because we are in the Marcom production studios. Would that be right? Studio?
Yes, we're in the Texas Tech Marketing Communications admin studio. So this is where all the magic happens. So I know behind camera, this camera over here is a giant TV. And on that TV, we have our editor, Thomas Boyd, basically edit our commercials, and he'll do audio mixing. So this is really where like the final kind of magic happens. Sometimes we'll do shoots in here if it's convenient for us or we need a studio backdrop. But yeah, that whole editing bay behind that camera, that's the wide shot right there.
Okay.
Is where we do all of our kind of audio mixing and final cuts. So if you guys have seen anything lately on the Texas Tech YouTube channel, most of it can be me or some coworkers or some other departments. But basically, I work for a department that is in charge of the visual fidelity of the university, being the forefront page of it. So,
I'm sorry. Visual fidelity.
I'm using big words because
you just came from some seminar, right? I kind of had some FOMO when I was watching all y'all's posts
on Instagram.
Yeah, I love Justin Rex. I love you. I love Ashley Rogers.
And say that louder in the microphone for me.
I love you. I love Justin Rex.
I love you too, Brandon.
And I've done some projects with y'all, and it's a lot of fun. And
I'm glad.
And y'all look like y'all have a lot of fun in Detroit, right? They were in Detroit.
We were in Ann Arbor, but we did go to Detroit.
Man, Ann Arbor is a beautiful campus.
Yeah, talk about. I mean, okay. So the way I describe Ann Arbor is that, like, you ever seen a movie of like these like kids that graduate high school and it's their first day of college, and it's a movie, it's like, my summer's just now starting in like the new city, whatever it is. And like, to me, it's like what college looked like in movies, where it's just like walkable town or like walkable city, and like there's like always something happening. They live on like the main downtown street. There's townhomes where like 8 people live in there, and there's like beer cans everywhere. People were hitting fence poses in the corner, and I was like, yep, this is exactly what I imagined college to be like. Like when I was a kid thinking about what college was going to be, like this is exactly what I imagined it was going to be.
Yeah, there's like a rowing team, and the protagonist is like he's rowing, and he's in some sort of wealthy family, and he can't.
But he has to hide his wealth because he's like stuck on a team that's like the poorer team, you know, where it's just like the underdog team.
Or the girl that he wants to get, that he is in love with, she's from the other side of the tracks, and so he's got to kind of appear to be poor because he's
so he has to like put some dirt on his face and like act a little bad, but then he's like the heart of the story too, and then turns out to be like, I don't know, in love with another guy or something like that. I'm trying to think of a plot twist.
She is in love with another guy?
I think he's in love with another guy.
Okay.
I think this would be a spiritual journey for him.
Okay. Maybe. This is a much later. This is not an 80s.
No. So this is a 2016 post 2016 movie. Yeah.
Okay. All right. The modern era.
A little more current. Yeah. Which I just found out 2016 is like 10 years ago. So yeah.
But you love movies from the 80s.
I do. Yeah. I know we joke about it a lot, but I do love movies from the 80s. One of my favorite movies of all time, which I will probably, if anyone watching this like knows this movie, I will legitimately like, jump out of this chair and like scream and like DM them and be like, let me be your friend. Best friend for life. Sorry, Justin Ricks. And it's Judge Dredd. Have you seen that movie?
Yes.
With Sylvester Stallone? Yeah, and again, it's probably not the most obscure movie ever, but like I love that movie. Like me and my dad, we would quote that movie all the time, and Commando as well. But like, oh my gosh, like just seeing all the actual practical effects on screen, and like it's like some review effect, special effects, but a lot of the movie is actually practical, like all the like blood and whatever, and the robots and like the sets they use, the costumes, like. I don't know. I think that's an era of like Hollywood that is like long gone by now, you know? That I kind of miss that like era of movies because like it just takes me back to my childhood so much. But like I love those movies because like they're so cheesy and corny and like it's so predictable, but like it's just dumb fun at the end of the day. And like that's why I love those movies a lot. Yeah.
You know, that's our nickname for you.
Dumb fun.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? I think I had my friend Jackson Chapman talked to me the other day before he left for Prague.
Name drop
again. Yeah. And he's like, sometimes Michael, I forget you're really good at your job. And I was like, why? And he's like, you're always just joking around in the office and like obviously speaking to the stories, like we're having a great time in like Ann Arbor in Michigan. But then like when I need to lock in for work, like I'll go silent and like nonverbal and I'll like make sure I get all the shots well and like tell the story, editing, interviews, whatever it is. Like there's a clear line of like Michael fun mode, like dumb fun, censor bar Michael, and then like I need to go to work Michael, and like we're gonna make like the best out of the situation, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So
yeah. To reference Over the Top, another great 80s movie with Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
He's an arm wrestling competitor.
Yeah. And he wins by arm wrestling.
Yes.
That's the end of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's an interview where they're going to win a truck. So he can somehow have custody of his kid. I don't know. He needs a truck dad.
Yeah. Which is like, just be a better dad, you know?
Just show up.
Yeah. Just show up for his birthday, dude. Yeah.
Play ball.
Yeah.
Just play catch.
Yeah. Well, it's like, what's that movie I just saw recently? I saw again. It was, oh gosh. It was like I saw the movie and then I was like, this main character is actually like a piece of work. You know, like you ever see a movie where you're like the main character actually is in the wrong. God, what movie was that?
Superman.
He's
a piece of work.
Yeah, he's a piece of work. Yeah.
I can fly. Ooh,
yeah.
Look at me.
Look at him. Yeah. Over the Top wins. Why do you think he's a bad dad?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Because he all he has is a truck and his kids is in the truck with him and lives with him. But
yeah,
the point of this rambling, this could be a 3-hour podcast. Is it that he's being interviewed and he's talking about his switch, and he's like, he's got a cap on, and he goes, I get in the zone when I get ready to arm wrestle. I turn my hat backwards, and it's like a switch, and it makes me feel like and there's this truck behind him.
Yeah,
it makes me feel like a truck.
Yeah.
So I feel like when
you just described my life.
Well, I'm about to say, when you put that, what's that bag called that you put the camera on? That big duffel bag.
Okay. First of all, before I say the name, what do you think it is?
The big duffel bag you put your
camera.
Duffel bag
I put everything.
No, it's like a.
I thought you were a writer, Brandon.
Bivy bag or something, or Jared's called it, whatever it is. It's.
So there's two names for it, and one I think he always says it's called sack, the sack, is because there is like a brand of. Yeah. What would you say it again was your long name for it? Your writer name for it?
The big camera bag.
The big camera duffel bag. There's two versions of it. So the sack, and then there's the Cine saddle. And the Cine saddle is like I put literally that giant 30-pound camera on so I can rest it.
Yeah.
And so I don't destroy my back at the ripe old age of 28. So.
Geez, you're 28?
Yeah, I'm 28. Yeah, I look older right now. Yeah.
What is going on in my life? Hanging out with 20 and 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
When you turn the Cine saddle around, like when you put that on, you do turn into like you are all business, and you don't question you. I think I said something to you, and I didn't wasn't question you, but you get that look right there. Like, it isn't. I love to watch you work to give you some praise. I know you're uncomfortable to praise you and give you some credit,
which is crazy because I hate receiving praise.
It is. It's you move with that camera like it's an appendage. It's always really cool to watch someone that's good at what they do, and you're excellent.
Well, thank you for that. Appreciate that.
I was going to start the podcast this way, but we started, but just you thought You thought we weren't recording. You were just like, we were just talking about
Oh no, I knew we were recording. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hit record before we actually start, just because the content is usually the best.
Yeah.
Before that, yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Is this your card?
No, that's my cake. No,
praise. Here's the most important thing about what you and I do.
Okay.
Create and write. We were talking about that before we got started. Is that we've both kind of been bummed here lately about what the hell are we doing? You pour your heart and tears, and I'm boohoo. You get paid to write. You get paid to make films and docs, but you pour your heart into it, and then you get like you said, 100 views. I mean, I don't know who takes the Parks and Wildlife. I've told you this before. I go to the Barnes and Noble because I don't get free copies, and I go pick up 5 copies of my magazine.
Yeah.
And Barnes and Noble's like Night of the Living Dead. It's a bunch of old people reading shit for free.
I know.
And you're like,
yeah, I know.
And then my mom, calls and like, oh, I saw your article. It's so good. And you're like, oh, well, okay, I did it for my mom. Mm-hmm. But the hardest thing to do, starting anything is easy. And people tell you all the time, hey, I got this idea for a doc.
Yeah.
I got this idea for a story.
I can't tell you how many people have told me that.
Yeah. And I've got a jillion ideas for screenplays, and it's easy to start, and it's easy to get in the middle and build the character. And that's why so many movies now just end.
Right.
There's no conclusion.
Right. Yeah.
The hardest thing in life to do, and wait, here's going to be a big metaphor.
Ooh, I'm ready for it. Yeah,
alert.
Hit me with it.
I love metaphor alerts.
Yeah.
You need to put that.
You need a button here where you hit the button, it's like,
Metaphor alert.
Metaphor alert.
It's hard to finish anything.
Yes.
And you are you finish. And I mean, none of us like to edit. And that's what's funny is that before I met all you video people, and even Jared, I don't think Jared thinks. I think he's a taskmaster. I don't think he really is like, oh, I got to edit. He just does.
He just does it.
It's
yeah.
But Maddie's the same way. I've heard her kind of begrudge editing stuff because you just get mired in just all this. And to me, I thought, well, you got the images. Surely it's easier to put them together, but it's not.
No. Yeah. It's so funny. I tell my intern, Jax, all the time. I was like, I think there's 2 people in this world. I think there's starters and there's executioners. Executioners and then there's finishers. And I'm like, you can be either or. I think it's totally fine. You can execute the work and then hand it off to someone, and that's the end of your day. You got your check, and then you're off to the next thing. But I think finishers, if you can be a finisher and an executioner, that's where he really sets you apart from, I think, your average photographer, videographer, storyteller, or whatever box you want to put it in, because they're able to execute the work and then take that work and actually say something with it at the end of the day. And I think that's my biggest, I don't want to say challenge, or my biggest gripe with myself, is that sometimes I always struggle to finish the work because I don't know what I always want to say at the end of the story until I finally get to the end and I'm like, this is what I wanted to say. I always have a general idea, but getting into the editing room, wrestling with my version of words is always really difficult because I want to take my time with the footage, because I think it's really special what we get to do, and that we get to capture this one moment in time that will no longer exist. And isn't that special that only you get to experience that, and you got to and see that and then share it with the world and preserve it for the rest of humankind and human history? I think that's fascinating. And I think we should treat it with the same level of care. And obviously I'm not great at what I do. I think I'm very average at the end of the day, but I just want to spend as much time as I want with that piece, because I want to make sure it is good, and also that it gets across the finishing line, and that people who are attached to it, or the people I'm telling the story of, walk away feeling like they did justice, right? And I think a part of it is a little bit, ego driven, in the sense that my name is on it too. I want to represent the Ortiz name and make it go as far as I can, because no one in my family does this. And I think I should put my best foot forward every single time. So if it's finishing a video, starting it, or rather a story, I want to make sure it's out there and that it's representing the best. So I think for a lot of young professionals and a lot of young filmmakers, go on, use the best LUTs, use the best cameras, whatever it is. But if you can't say something with that at the end of the day and tell a story and literally finish it, then I don't know if you're going to be, I don't know how the way to say this. I don't know if you're going to be great, but I don't know if you're going to be able to find more gigs that way, or more jobs that way. Because I think I look at my career quite a bit, and I think most of my jobs have come from being both, being an executioner and then also a finisher. And I think I can credit that a lot to the university here for teaching me that. And honestly, like doing a year of freelance where I was working on films and documentaries, and I got to see a bunch of different director photographers, directors, producers, like just stressed and just every day looking at that work, looking at that story, and then being like, oh, I hate this. Why did I do this? You know, and then going to Sundance and being like, it was all worth it because we got to finish it and put it in front of the big screen for everyone to look.
Man, it takes some time away from what you've just produced to even, I don't know, when you finish something, do you watch it afterwards?
I try not to, actually. Yeah.
I'm going to credit myself a little bit. When I got here a little early to meet with the director of PBS here at Texas Tech, because we got this Great Plains project, motorcycle doc. That
Right.
So she wanted to meet with me and Jared, and I said, well, Jared can't come because he's in Scotland, doing all this. Talking about FOMO. And so I went and we
he really lives his best life.
Oh my God. Yeah. Don't live your best life, live his.
Yeah.
But you got to work your butt off. I mean, he just never stops. But I had this 2-hour meeting with her, and we were going over the dispatches that I wrote for that. And I never really liked them. And I felt like I didn't do them justice because they were, written in tents and off the back of motorcycles. And then, I mean, it was, you were there, and it was exhausting. And
I think you aged 50 years on that trip.
And so her and I were going through the timeline to kind of make an outline for what this production it needs to be.
Yes.
And I was reading my words. I'm like, this is actually really good.
Yeah. You started patting yourself on the back. You're like, dang, dude, maybe I'm kind of good.
But I mean, I wrote that, and Jared edited it while we were on the road, and I trust him, but I'm like, this makes sense. It jumps around.
Yeah. Because in the moment, like, you have no idea what you're writing about, right? And I have no idea what I'm videoing, because I'm just getting the thing just to get it. And then like you come back like months later and you're like, hold on, actually, I might have cooked here. And you fall in love with it again.
Yeah. Yeah. I've turned stuff in, and I'm like waiting for that moment the editor to go, this is gibberish. I don't even know what you wrote.
Mm-hmm.
And that's never happened, but it has happened that I turned something in and it wasn't what he wanted, and I had to rewrite that. That's only happened once.
Okay.
And that hurt.
Yeah.
One, because I didn't want to write it again. It was a hard story to write. And
it definitely hurts the confidence, though.
I still think about it. And I can't. I still get the calls to pitch stuff for this next year. Mm-hmm. So I guess it's okay. But you and I were talking. We were with Jared, and I don't remember what it was about. Oh, I wanted to bring this up, and then we'll talk about some of your work, so people can look at what you've done. Yeah.
I want to talk about your work actually, because did I ever tell you this story before? Before you continue, I just wanted to say the story real quick. This is me taking over as the host now for 10 Streamer. I was fascinated with your work, Brandon, because at the time I wanted to be a writer, and when I found out you were joining us for Adventure Media in 2022, right? Mm-hmm. And Ruidoso, Billy the Kid Trail. I was like so enamored to meet you. I was like, Brandon, I like your writing and stuff like that. I was like kind of like trying to play it cool. I was really nervous. And I just remember you being like, yeah, that's cool. Well, I got to like fix my bike real quick. So like, you're like, can we talk later? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then the one moment you chose to talk to me, I was like suffering. I couldn't breathe out of my nose. And I was like dead tired because obviously it's a very physically intensive class. And you were like, so Michael, what's your life story? And I was like, Brandon, you chose the worst moment to talk. You could have chosen when I was at my peak to talk about everything, and you chose a moment where I was at my physically lowest. And so that's my story of how I think at that moment we became best friends. Yeah.
I do that a lot. I didn't know it here till recently, but I do ride up next to the students, and I'm not thinking, we're climbing, and I'm like, so where are you from? And they're like,
yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to breathe like that because then it'll turn into an ASMR podcast.
That's funny. I was going to ask you remember that time that I big timed you and you were a fan and I gave you nothing?
Yeah.
That was on the question.
I think I remember you being the best wingman that night. Yeah. So for all the young single men out here, always bring Brandon with you because he'll help.
Yeah, with my charm.
Yeah, is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, the smile and the ting.
Yeah. I thought it was the passion in your eyes when it was like, it was not Dallas, it was Fort Worth.
Yeah, and you keep doing that.
Yeah.
I could just pitch one in Dallas. Yeah, I don't know. I when you said that's what I was talking about when we were with Jared. You brought that up, and I don't remember that because actually I don't remember you being on that trip. Just kidding. And
none taken.
no, I do. I remember being really impressed with you.
No, it's okay. I truly don't. I truly think no one ever expected me to make it this far. I didn't expect myself to make it.
Well, it's weird. You never know. Like as we add.
I'm saying like I made it somewhere, but
well, no, you made it into the circle. Really like you just don't ever know who's the next person that's like going to be a part of the squad. I mean, that may not be the right term to use, but I mean, we're a cohesive group. I mean, like we do things together and we do side projects and we do, like the ultra running doc. It's just really, it's really exciting. But in that moment when you were talking about me, not, you were a fan of my work and I didn't acknowledge it. And I remember telling you when you told me that the first time, I'm like, I just don't believe that. I can't imagine someone reading my stuff and not going, this guy's a complete fraud. And you said you kind of had some, you felt the same way at times.
Yeah.
And we were saying this in front of Jared and Jared just like,
Jared was like, you're the same people. Yeah.
But he was like, I don't think he could relate because
no, he really can't.
He's just like, you just do the work. You just do the work.
Yeah. You be kind and work hard.
Yeah.
That's my best Jared impression.
Third places.
Yeah. He goes, look what your feet brought you. And I'm like, Jared, I'm so hungry. Especially on that ultra running doc. I mean, I didn't eat for 16 hours.
Yeah, you look tired.
I was pretty tired. Yeah, I felt bad for you because I was like, man, dude, you're not even holding the camera and you're out here for the love of the game. I guess you were getting, paid by tech. I guess in some ways.
Yeah. I wanted to be a part of that, and it's always fun to watch you work and to. He needed another adult there to chaperone. Students and just logistically and why not go to Ruidoso like 3 times in the year? Well, I knew like it was a slow progression of, I don't know. I never think anybody cares for my work. And then students will say that. And I don't know how much the students read. And I've had moments where people have reached out to me through just social media. Well, one person's done this, not people all the time.
It was me.
Yeah. Damn it. Are you Emerson?
Sorry. It's on camera.
But it just slowly evolved. Like we did several trips. We did Rattlesnake Canyon. And the moment it clicked is when I came to Independence Creek. And I don't know what you were on, but I mean, we
just started talking.
We just went.
Yeah.
Arnold, Dylan.
We did our giant predator handshake in this like open cave, whatever,
That's going on the cover for this episode.
It should, yeah. It totally
it's should. It's going to be the social media post.
Yeah.
And we were, man, it was like back and forth, just quips and just movie references and inappropriate humor. And I'm like, oh, that's the guy that liked my writing. And then I talked to on the phone in the Colorado Springs airport about a backpacking.com story.
Yes. Which thank you, by the way.
Yeah. And I don't know if I was harsh, but I think
I think you were very honest.
Yeah. I was like, you don't need to explain how camping's wonderful. They're going to know.
Yeah.
And you do that. I know you do that. And you're with the students you work with, you're like,
yeah, it's like, they already know what they know, right? Like, what are you going to try to do a little different? Yeah. I just find it so funny because I remember that phone call and I was, again, really nervous because I was like, man, I'm going to look like a fool because he's going to read my writing. Because whenever you create something, I always kind of say, and I don't think it's anything like a hot take or anything, but like I think you leave a little bit of yourself in it, right? Like whatever it is you create, botany, baking, photo, whatever it is, right? Like you leave a little bit of yourself in whatever you create. And I was writing all these pitches for bikepacking.com because a lot like the documentary I made, I Have to Be Here Now, which is on student mental health illness and like type 2 recreational activity. I was like, man, I just really need to be out into the world because I think it'll help someone out in the world. Even if 10 people watch it, like those 10 people are going to walk away knowing that like they can use the outdoor recreation to like basically help themselves, right? Or maybe bring more awareness to it. I don't know, whatever it is. And I remember like writing all these pitches and I was like, golly, they're all terrible. And I'm like, I just need to call in the cavalry. So I called you and I was just like, he's going to rip it to pieces. But I was like, this is something I need because like I just can't keep avoiding this confrontation or this conflict because like how am I going to get better and how am I going to get this out into the world? So like I pushed all like my self pride and ego aside, and I was like, okay, let me just call this man and like let's just get this Band-Aid over with. And like you were very honest, very truthful. You were not mean about it, but I mean you basically told me everything that I needed to hear, and that was super helpful because it helped me rethink how I pitch even my own stories here at Tech and like how I write my pitches and how I go about it. I pitched a couple of stories, I think a couple months ago, maybe a year ago at this point. And I used the exact same structure you told me. Like I painted a picture in the beginning. I then went into this other details and then obviously some other stuff that video needs. And even for the ultra running doc and developing the pitch deck for that, like all of it, I just did under your guidance because you're the one that gave me that information. And so this is like the PSA to all the other young professionals out into the world that like listen to the old heads in the room, like the people who have been in this industry longer, because yes, they're in those spots that like you want to be and you want to get there immediately, but like they have a lot of knowledge to give to other people. You just got to be willing to kind of like swallow your pride a little bit. And sometimes,
and you can't hack experience. Like,
no, you really can't.
Like as you get older, you just you start developing ways to, here's profile people, but you kind of go, oh, I see how this is going. I know. Just enough life experience, and you can have that when you're young.
You recognize patterns.
Yeah. And you just see them more and more, and then, oh man, I never finished my metaphor for how to finish things.
Oh yeah. What a perfect metaphor, because you couldn't finish it, right?
No.
Yeah.
So the metaphor is, it's easy to start something,
mm-hmm.
and to get in the middle is really, you're just kind of like middling around in the middle.
Yeah.
Finishing life, it's hard. Like when you die, no one goes easy.
No, yeah.
I've seen it. I've watched it, and it's an MFer, man.
Yeah.
And I think we're all under the delusion that that's not going to happen to us. But I don't know, you think about filling the middle with some greatness or just trying, not even greatness, because greatness is easy. You're like, oh, I want to be great.
Yeah.
Showing up. And that's what you do. You're like, you show up and you finish and you do the edit part and put the work in. Don't shoot too much. That's all. When I interview people, sometimes I interview way too much. It's too long. And then you're like, I've got 2 quotes for an hour-long interview.
Yeah.
And you're always like, does that person read this and be like, well, that guy wasted my time. I've got 2 quotes. And then the joke is nobody reads or does anything.
Yeah. Well, I'm the one that reads it.
That's true. You do.
Yeah,
what story resonated with you? I'm not to pat myself on the back, but like,
it was your story on Adventure Media, actually. Yeah.
The first year? That's a good.
Yeah. I really love that story. And that's what kind of convinced me to kind of do the class, because I was kind of teetering on dropping the class because I never really did a lot of physical activities growing up. Shocker. Those looking at me on camera, I'm super skinny, not really the athletic type.
You didn't play soccer?
No, actually.
I'm sorry, you're football?
Football? Yeah. Well, we lost, so it's kind of a sore subject right now.
I know, it was.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal, man. Yeah.
From what I hear, I didn't watch it, but
you don't watch Mexico or what?
No, I just don't watch.
Oh, you just don't watch?
I don't watch soccer.
Huh. What do you mean? What do you mean by soccer?
I'm sorry, football. It is boring, man. It is a boring sport to watch.
Look, I'm not denying it's a boring sport. I'm just saying it's a lot better when you have 7 course banquets and you're like, this might be a little enjoyable.
But Formula One's boring to watch. And I love car racing. Like, I
can't watch.
If you sit and watch Formula One, I mean, like the cars are going fast, but the guy in the lead's like 10 minutes ahead of anybody. So
yeah, he's overlapping people. Yeah.
And I'm pretty neutral about sports. Like I've never been a big football guy. I do love college football because my wife loves college football, and I can respect the sport. But darn it, NBA basketball and football, those are exciting sports to watch.
Yeah, I will say America's got to lock down on sports. Yeah, like watching basketball is infinitely more enjoyable than watching it, like, I don't know, like softball or baseball or something. Like I can't watch those sports either, just because like I just get bored easily, I think the only time I could really watch those sports is if I'm in person, because it's like a different energy. But even then, like I kind of get like the old man in the room. I'm like, it's just too loud. I want to go home,
Michael, sleepy. I need
I'm
to
like,
go home.
Michael, hungry.
I need to go home, watch my stories, play with my toys,
I need to go home.
play with my figurines.
I need to play with my Japanese figurines.
This is a true story.
Yeah, this is a really true story. You walked in my room unannounced, unprovoked.
I mean, it was 2:00 in the morning. I didn't know you would be sleeping.
Oh yeah, like
That's just-
yeah.
I like to watch him breathe. I mean,
Well, I just like to imagine because like Jared's sleeping in the next room over, and he's just hearing us in the living room just like do antics, and he's just like pillow over his heads, just like, what are those idiots?
they're not
doing?
safe for work
No.
or my home.
Well, yeah, you like walked into my room, and it was like a week after I got back from Japan, maybe.
Was it?
2
I don't
weeks.
know.
I don't know.
It was daytime though. It wasn't like night. I didn't walk in there.
No. It was like 4 a.m. It was
Yeah.
4 a.m. Yeah. We're gonna go on record and say it was 4 a.m.
I was trying to put a pillow over his head, make him go into the darkness.
Yeah. You see, finishing. Yeah, you were trying to finish it.
We were telling you about your car warranty expiring. Why I enjoy that so much.
Hey, it's really fun. I think you said that in the group chat, which this is now just a podcast for us now. Like you said that in the group chat, and I couldn't stop laughing at it. And then it was like Justin was like, "You're calling my girlfriend fat," and I was like, I know he's sweating bullets right now. I was like, I didn't have to do anything to fight back or like have a witty comeback. I was like, I just gotta let this play out, and Brandon's just gonna be like sweating in his room.
I was.
Yeah.
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 No, I knew he was. I knew Justin was being Justin.
Yeah.
But it's time for those two to get married.
Hey, maybe. And by the time this comes out, maybe it'll be true.
Yeah. Hot take.
Hot take. See, I think they're probably going to get engaged this year. I think they'll be married next year for sure.
It's time. And now this will be out before. This will be out in a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks.
Yeah. Like I said, I told you we're rebranding. I don't know about rebranding, but we're gonna put my face on the cover art because you look at podcasts and there's always someone's face on it.
Yeah.
Can I do that and try to maybe hone in on what the 10 streamer, like what it is. I mean, you see the cover art and you're like, I don't know what this is. I don't understand this.
So you think your face is going to help bring more people in?
Well, it just gives it a no, but I don't know. I don't know what else to do. We've got to get some clicks. Got to get some we got to get some audience. We got to. This thing's either going to make money in the next year, or I'll keep doing it.
Or you're gonna die
because I love it. I love having these interviews.
Well, I mean, again, talking about making something and only getting 100 views. Like, I mean, I don't make content for the views by any means, but I would like for it to get some attention because I did pour a lot of my heart and soul into it, leaving a piece of myself in the piece of content. But all of it is like pay to win, right? Like sometimes you got to pay money to get that content boosted in front of more eyeballs and stuff like that. And that's a part like I know we talk about getting demoralized about because you see other people who make content like we do, and it's almost like no effort, like zero effort into what they do, just like a phone, camera, whatever it is, and just going around doing stuff. But people eat that up. Like I'm always, I told my coworker today too, I was like, I feel like horizontal video is dying so much because like even right now, like we're talking about how we can make our videos horizontal into a vertical. And I'm like, the stuff I shoot is never meant to be experienced vertical. Like you're fundamentally changing an experience that was never meant to be experienced that way. But it's what people want, right?
It's the strangest thing. Like how hard. And if you do that, if you do a video and you go, do the little thing, turn sideways.
Yeah, you literally turn it sideways.
Yeah, and like if you do the little animation, but people won't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I do a little social media for my family's construction business, and I'll do reels of like machinery working.
Mm-hmm.
And I did one that was just off the cuff, vertical. It was a motor grader pushing a belly dump truck out of. It was stuck, and that's a real common thing.
Yeah.
And I put it to the music of "Thank You for Being a Friend" by the Golden Girls, or the Golden Girls theme.
Yeah.
That thing got like 37,000 views.
Golly.
Yeah. It was just and
37,000.
It didn't do, and the account only has 190 followers. It did nothing. No one jumped on it.
So it was in front of other eyeballs, which is like the best part because then they follow you and then they watch more content that way.
But they didn't follow. No one followed.
But no one followed you?
No one followed the construction account. No one. I mean, it boosted to 0. People just watched it like it was like eating candy. It was just like,
Did they like it?
I don't know. I think there was a lot. Yeah, there was a ton of likes on it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the hundreds. I'd have to look at that again. I was just surprised. And then I'll do like a I'll do a side video with lots of cuts and machineries moving and people operating.
Yeah. Nothing.
No one turns it sideways.
Yeah.
My wife, Allison says, no one's going to turn it sideways.
Dude, yes.
And I'm not trying to relate. You're a true filmmaker. You know, that's just my.
I think this is a giant side quest for me at the end of the day. But I was laughing because we were having this. But I think no. By the time this doesn't come out, the commercial won't be out yet. I would love for the commercial to be out by the time this.
We'll just wait.
We'll just wait. Yeah.
It's not like I'm dropping these every 2 weeks.
You could drop it every day. That's how you get your views.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, every day. Yeah, it'll just be me watching my episode over and over and over again.
Early on, I would do a reel with each episode, and that helped a lot.
Yeah, those do help. Yeah, that's what we found for us too. Like especially when we make a documentary, or like a piece of content, like almost like a pizza. Yeah, that sounds really good right now.
Jared does not like pizza.
Really?
No,
he's indifferent. Shut up.
He's indifferent.
No, he doesn't.
He's indifferent to it. He's like, I just don't ever think.
He's a nerd.
I don't ever think about pizza.
What?
Yeah,
that's like saying you hate America.
He doesn't hate it. He just doesn't think about it. Anyways, before we get off track.
Yeah, I was about to say, I should have brought a journal. But yeah, like what the hell was I going to talk about? Oh, vertical videos. Yeah, so we showed these videos to like basically younger people in our office, like 25 below. And it's like the commercial we produce as a video team. And we have this like little graphic that's like, turn your phone. And they were like, we're not going to watch that. And they were like, we're going to tell you right now, no one's going to watch that. And I think about the Junction video I made, the postcard video, and I kind of like it. You know, it's fun. It's very
good.
In your feels, you know. And like I think it was over 50,000 views on that video. And I probably have like 100 likes on it. And like not 4 comments, but you know, comments from people who follow me, that kind of stuff. And again, I'm always wondering, like, what do people do when they see that video? Do they just immediately swipe up if it's not like, wow, in your face immediately? And so it just fascinates me. And again, I don't work in social media, nor do I ever have a desire to work in social media. But like now more than ever, like I want to put more of an emphasis on storytelling and like making like docs and videos, because I think we need more vegetables in the world, not just candy, right? Because I think about like 2 weeks ago when I was in Michigan, and you know, they were coming up to me and Justin Rex because we had won some awards that week for the work we produced here. And the first thing they tell me is like, how do you make this happen? How do you do this? Like don't you like want to do shorter stuff to get more views, or like whatever it is? They're kind of alluding to like basically like why continue storytelling. And I'm like, when it's good, it's good. Like when people like it, they like it, and they're gonna respect it a lot, you know. And that's not something that you can ever take away from a filmmaker or from a photographer, videographer, or an audio person, I guess. Podcaster. Yeah. Losers. But
I think they're radio people.
Yeah. I just think like now more than ever, storytelling is way more important, because people need to be reminded like what good storytelling and good video used to be. You know, not saying like I'm super amazing at it, but I think about that a lot, how people like Jax and that generation of young filmmakers or young creatives like look at the content every day, right? Like they're always on their phones or watching reels or something like that. But I wonder how many of them actually sit down and just watch a documentary or watch a film or watch something that is actually good for their soul, right? You know,
someone's watching that because you have a movie like Hail Mary.
Yeah. And
complicated.
Yeah.
I read the book and I didn't finish it because I was like, I want to see the movie because I kind of don't want to know how it ends. And I'm watching it. I'm like, I would have no idea what's going on if I had not read the book.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have like Ken Burns. I mean, Ken Burns does the most archaic painting. I mean, it's not archaic, but it's like,
well, it's pretty old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
That guy's, I mean, he's been there forever, but there's always a market for someone that wants to build a canoe and paddle it, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
We're boutique. And I say this all the time. Would I like to be Doug DeMuro? He's the auto journalist that I was talking about. Not really. I'd like 5 million subscribers, but I'd rather be Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah.
Anthony Bourdain was super popular, but he was boutique. I mean, he was not for everybody, and he had his integrity. Not that Doug DeMuro, but like I was watching a YouTube last night on how Doug DeMuro, this auto journalist, came up, and he busted his ass. He was writing the kind of stuff I don't like to write for an automotive magazine. He was like writing 5 articles a week.
Yeah.
You
can't even fathom that idea. Yeah.
I don't do that very well.
Yeah.
It takes me, you've seen me. It's like watching butter churn. It takes a long time for me to write. But I mean, he grinded away.
So much of that. Yeah.
He grinded away, and he is where he is. And I'm like, I want to be that. You ever seen the movie Spanglish with Adam Sandler? It's a movie. He's a chef. It's a really good movie. And he is struggling. He's like, it's a boutique restaurant. It's a high-end, small restaurant. And he's getting considered for a Michelin star. And he's, just relenting over like, does he want 1? I mean, like 3, he's ruined. And so he gets 1, and he's very happy with that because he's not for everybody. And he doesn't want to be like this place to go to. Of course, 1 to get you, people will come.
Yeah.
But it's just an interesting, he loves his craft. And there's a scene in the movie where he comes home from work and he makes this sandwich with a over easy egg and all these layers and vegetables.
Crushes it down.
And then he cuts it and then turns the bread.
Yeah.
And it's just a really feel good movie. And it did good. It did okay, but it wasn't one of his popular. You haven't seen it.
No.
But it's boutique.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I guess.
I feel like it's a good word for it though.
Boutique.
Yeah.
I tell Allison all the time, because for a long time, we tried to do some video, Instagram, and like when we were on the road, you say that a lot. And 1, we're not good at it. There's something, you've got to be the person that consumes that to be good at producing that, I think.
Yeah.
And like you can't go, I want to make a viral video. We all know that's not, you just can't do that.
It's not a reality.
No.
But
Allison's boutique. And when she teaches a yoga class, it's not, woo-woo yoga. It's empowering yoga. And I've seen her change women's lives. I see her relate to men because it's a challenging class. And that just doesn't translate over to Instagram or social media. It's like we talked about. Sometimes you see these things and you're like, I don't think you're promoting yoga.
No.
I think you're promoting. And so.
Yeah.
I just think keep making the art, just like with this podcast. Sometimes it does really well. I mean, the numbers aren't ever like giant. It's more than 7 and less than 1,000, a lot less than 1,000. But
I usually have bots that are doing it like over and over and over again. So yeah, we'll get it up to at least 10.
Okay, 10. All right. That's RJ Hinkle. He's like 7. But I love doing it, and I like to write, but I don't like the process of writing. I like the end result. I like the excuse to talk to somebody.
Yeah, like today.
Yeah. I mean, when would you and I sit down? Of course, we probably a lot.
Well, I was about to say, actually, it's funny enough, a lot. But I'm always working.
Yeah.
When we are together.
Yeah.
Rarely, actually, we've never actually hung out like this before, where we're just like talking and like.
It's never just been me and you.
No, it's always been like the other hooligans.
Yeah.
And they know who they are. Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
There's a lot of cameras in here.
But yeah, it feels like. This is the first time we get to hang out like this because like I've always wanted to deep dive into your brain and how you think about marketing yourself as a writer and now a podcaster and stuff like that, because I feel the same way where like I make a documentary or I make a commercial or a film, whatever it is. And I just think like, is anyone going to experience this the way I want them to experience it? Because a lot of the times, like I experience this a lot in my line of work where you make the piece of content that you envisioned it to be, how the art is meant to be experienced. And then you have 80 other voices in the room telling you exactly what it should be. And I get super frustrated by that because I'm like, I want this shot in here and this cut in here because like, I think it brings a lot of X, Y, and Z or character development or thematical like motifs, throughout the piece. And a lot of the times, like I'm fighting back and forth with like an editor, right? Or with a producer, director, whatever it is, being like, maybe not fighting is a strong word, but it's a very, very long debate on like what we think should be in there, And sometimes I have to concede and realize I'm wrong, but then a lot of the times, like I'm like, this got to be in here, because not because the shot's cool, but because like it matches the eye line, and her eyes are moving here, and hands are a motif in this piece, whatever it is.
But you've done this enough and you've been checked enough that now you kind of know what doesn't work. And so when you were young, you needed someone to check and balance you, because you're like, you have these ideas of like, oh, this will be great. No one's ever said this before.
And it's never great.
No. You know, I've always wanted to make this metaphor. Well, it's not really a metaphor. It's a relation. Well, we'll just talk it through on the podcast. And this is the perfect time to do it.
Yeah.
So you ever seen the movie Grease?
Yes. It's actually my parents' favorite movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Not Grease 2? You ever seen
No.
Grease 2?
Oh, God, no. I hate that movie. Yeah. I think Grease 2 is so much worse than the first Grease.
It is, but I mean, I don't know why you got to be mean. It's
No,
Michelle Pfeiffer, motorcycle? I mean, cool rider.
Okay, but like the songs aren't nearly as great, though.
No. I want a whole lot more than The Boy Next Door. I want a Hell on Wheels. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know the words. I love that movie. I watched it as a kid.
I was waiting for you to continue. I was like, yeah, you got this.
I want a rider that's cool.
Yeah. See, that's the intro to the podcast right there.
That is.
Yeah.
So Grease, the original Grease. As a kid, I remember watching Grease and the dream sequence, video sequence of them building Grease Lightning. It's like over the top. And the car's got this clear hood and it's shiny and everything. And then when they build it,
it's crap.
And you're like, I feel like that's writing and making anything. You have this, it lives perfect in your head. And I think that's why a lot of people don't do things, because they're like, and I'm guilty. I've got 3 awesome screenplays. I know it. They're awesome, but I have not finished them, because if I finish them and then no one wants them, then
you're going to hate them.
I'm a loser.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm a loser because I have great work that's not out there. Well, that's the confidence there.
Yeah.
But they're really, and then you get, well, I mean, who watches movies? AI, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But I always think about that. I think about the car in Grease, and it, like, the real one came out and it was there and they got to drive it. They got to experience, they got to win.
Right.
And get the girl.
Yeah.
So it's better than the vision of not ever having it.
Right. So, yeah. It's better to have it than not have anything at all.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And I was talking with Julie at PBS, and it's like perfection paralysis. You know, I'm sure that's a common thing, but I heard Judge say it first, and it's a real
thing.
It's a real issue, and I suffer from it. But the more I'm with you guys, the more I'm inspired. Like, I was bummed a couple of days ago, and I knew coming here I'd get like this jolt of like energy, and you just got to like carry it with you. So, what did you win the award for? What was the award?
So it was a couple of them, which honestly I love that. Perfection paralysis. What a great word. I'm going to start using that now. And I'm like, that's such a good way of describing it, of how I feel about my work. And
because when the words come out, I don't know what, when you're doing video, when you're trying to edit, but like when the word, they're clunky and they're like, I mean, it's like,
yeah, I mean, it's the most incoherent thing I've ever seen. Like, so speaking of the awards, we won honorable mention for a video I did on my friend Sarah Tapia on her journey in the Grand Canyon, teaching McNair scholars how to like think of different career paths, but also using her degree in history to kind of tell them about the Native American land out there. She's amazing about it. Or just go watch a documentary, Layers of Legacy, on YouTube.
Layers of Legacy on YouTube. Okay.
And it's a great documentary. It's one of my favorite things I've ever done, but it's not perfect by any means, but I love it. And it got honorable mention, which is basically 4th place. And then we got 2nd place in speaking of honorable mentions, right? Participation trophies.
Third loser.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, you're a loser, but not that much of a loser. Yeah.
Better than the guys that didn't get acknowledged.
And then 2nd place in our anthem video, so our institutional spot commercial that's on national television that plays during big game day spots, which she's actually in that commercial as well. She's like the thumbnail face of it. I always joke with her that she got Mike Wazowski'd because she's in the video for 2 seconds, and and I kept telling her for longest, I'm like, yeah, you're in the video, you're in it, like it's all on you. And then we changed the edit so much that she's only in it for 2 seconds. And she goes, I thought I was in it. And I was like, maybe I should put my foot in my mouth before I say that.
Wait. Yeah, you gotta wait.
I was like, maybe I should wait. And that was a learning lesson for me. Yeah, but she took it really well. And in 1st place was the story I did on Michael Flores and his family called Heartbeat of the Pit. Yeah. Have you seen it?
I'm not.
Yeah. So Heartbeat of the Pit, it follows Michael Flores and his family talking about basically rejuvenating their family business called Jimenez y Friends, and how Texas Tech basically helped them, bring their food back to life, because they started the business before Michael went back to college, came back and was like, hey, we can redo this. So now he works with his family to kind of run this business. And he actually has like some of the best tacos I've ever had, and they were actually rated pretty highly by Texas Monthly.
Yeah.
They go to Barbecue Fest a lot, and again, I'm probably butchering a lot of his accomplishments, because I mean, the way he talks about it, you're like, dude, I think you're destined to be a chef for the rest of your life, So I got to follow his family for a couple of days, and godly, man, I mean, they took me in like their own family. So even to this day, like, they refuse to let me pay for the food, and I'm like, dude, let me pay. And he's like, I personally have a problem with it, but you got to talk to her. And I'll look behind him, and it's his mom looking at me with like the most stern look ever, just being like, don't you even think about whipping out that wallet. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going with the wallet. So we got first place. And I had this like really surreal moment of like liking the work finally, because truthfully, like, everything I make, like, I just hate, and I don't love watching it. And then I finally got to see it on like this giant, I don't know why I'm getting emotional, on the giant projector. And I like bawled. I like cried. I was like, oh my God. And it was like really special. And obviously we took home the trophy as like a team, and it was super special. And I texted Michael. It was like, I don't know, 10 p.m. And I was like, dude, we won. And he was like, I'm sleeping, because he has to like wake up in 2 more hours to go do barbecue.
Yeah.
You know?
What time does he get up to do barbecue?
Oh, midnight.
Okay.
Yeah. So he literally gets up in like 2 more hours. So I probably woke him up. So sorry, Michael. This real big surprise came through afterwards. It was National Videographer of the Year. And it was the first time the University of Photographers American Associations has done this, where they give out Photographer of the Year, but then they also give out Videographer of the Year. So this is their first year doing it. And obviously they have like a judge and point system, whatever it is. And my coworker and really good friend, Ashley Rogers, was like, she's like, I can't wait for you to get it. You got to practice your speech and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm not going to get it. I'm really not. Like, I think you should go to someone else who's been in the business longer than I have, because like, I'm probably the youngest person at that conference, one of the youngest people in that conference, ripe old age of 28 again. And sure enough, they like called my name, and I was like shocked and blown away by like the amount of support and love I got from it. It was the first that's ever been done. Obviously they're going to continue this and stuff like that, but I mean, it was just really cool to kind of be recognized on that level and kind of validate a lot of what I've been feeling of like, maybe I can't be good at this, and being like, or rather not validating, easing those doubts that I always have, because I think I have a really heavy case of imposter syndrome. Like, I never think I'm good enough. Like, I never think my work is going to be great or it's going to be recognized. And for everyone that night to kind of be like, yeah, dude, you got it. And I was like, sweet, like maybe I do have a future in this business. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're only 28. And I mean, the only person that goes, I'm awesome at what I do, maybe James Cameron. They don't go, I'm good at this. They're just like, they just do it. Mm-hmm. They're compelled to do it. And there's the rest of us that do good work, because I'm the same way. I don't really have imposter syndrome. I do wonder why at 54, I'm like, I think I made a joke with you. Yeah, I'm just a middling regional writer. You laughed. And it's like, but in the end, we get paid to go do cool stuff.
Sure.
And we don't get paid a lot, but we like.
Speak for yourself. I don't know about you. I learned pretty good. I'm really not, though.
No, I get paid. I was saying this to my hairdresser, and she's like,
You have your own hairdresser?
Mm-hmm, I do.
Oh, wow, you look so good.
I'm going on Saturday.
Yeah.
And she goes, I'd just be happy to have someone pay me to write. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Be have some gratitude.
It puts into perspective.
Yeah, you go. Yeah. And I get, my stories, especially with the state, they pay expenses, and it does. If I told Allison, hey, Jared and I are just going to mountain bike around, as you say, Dallas, but it was Fort Worth. Mm-hmm. She's like, what? Or I'm going to go float the river just for fun. Or how about
you're
this?
like, I don't do that for fun. I just find a story. Yeah.
Or I'm going to spend 17 days away from home, ride motorcycles up to Canada. She'd be like, you're mine. But I mean, we get to do those things. And sometimes you're like, well, it'd be fun just to do that and not have to have been thinking about how to shoot this or write this. But really, would it? I mean, I don't know. It's pretty precious to think about the effort and being purposeful with something instead of just like, yay, road trip. Those are fun.
Yeah, for sure.
But when you do that, I said this on one of the last podcasts, on the Ruidoso podcast. When you do what we do and you're out riding and people find out, obviously when you're with Jared or with you and you have a camera, people, if I'm by myself and I've just got a pen and paper, no one really understands. I do tell them though, I'm a writer. I'm a middling.
Yeah, you say it really loud in the room. I'm a writer, guys. Guys. I'm a writer.
Middling regional writer. But when you're doing those things, you get this kind of this shroud of intrigue, and people are like,
"Well, it's an unorthodox profession."
Yeah, like, ooh, what are those guys doing?
Yeah,
and it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I think it is fun. Yeah, because speaking to that, like it is unorthodox. You know, like I think with all the time, like how I tell my family what I do, and they're always like, "Oh, so you just take photos? That's cool." Or like I go back home and like my uncles and Theos are always like, "Oh, how's that little photo thing going?" I'm like, "I won an award this week," and they're like, "Oh, that's cool. Yeah, can you like make the rice for dinner?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can." You know,
I stood on top of a mountain for 4 hours waiting for a guy to run up there and run down. And maybe 6. I don't remember. It was a long time. It's cold and I got sunburned and
I was pretty zonked by the time I got down that mountain. And shout out Jill Fulton for staying up with me for 4 hours up there. She was a trooper and she kept me saying, I probably annoyed her to death because I was trying to get her to fall asleep because like we got to stay up and make sure we're ready. And so I talked about Monster Hunter up there and she was like, Michael, shut up. I'm trying to sleep. And I'm like, you can't sleep. He's going to be here any minute. And it's like 3 hours later and he finally shows up. But
Jill can be like, I rode back with her for Matador on the on assignment class, and she can be really funny. I mean, like we were going making fun of each other, and you know, I probably shouldn't as an instructor do that, but she started it, and I mean, she's. I hope she finds her place. Has she?
Yeah, she's in New Hampshire. She's working for an outdoor clothing company.
Wow, nice.
I think they do their own version of like merino wool. I don't know the company name. I'm blanking on it.
We'll put it in the Instagram.
We'll put it in. Yeah.
Go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll put it in there.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
I felt my arm flapping.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we gotta hit the gym, buddy.
Yeah. I rode 2 hours this morning.
Did you really?
I got up at 5. Nice. Stopped in Snyder. Rode 2.5 hours. 2:10.
Yeah. San Antonio.
Zip code. I thought you were saying. There we go. No, like, no, 2 hours and 10 minutes. Yeah. I'm getting ready for a big race.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little scared about it.
When's the race?
September 12th.
Is it in Ruidoso?
No, it's in Salida.
Salida? Okay. Yeah, my brother and I were training for a trail marathon, the September marathon.
Okay.
The half marathon I think they do in Ruidoso.
Okay.
I think it's like September 19th or something like that.
Okay. So it's the weekend after.
Yeah. So which is funny because I feel like I'm not in marathon shape, but I'm like, oh, I can probably do it. Yeah. You know, he's more in shape than I am. I'll tell you that. He's still in the Army, and I'm like, oh, I gotta, catch up because actually when I was back home for 4th of July weekend, I was like, I'm gonna go on a run and I gotta continue my training regimen. And he's like, oh, I'll go with you. Oh no, his girlfriend was like, I'll go with you. And so she like wakes up early with me. We're about to run. And my mom wakes up and she goes, oh, I'll go with you too. And so my mom comes with me, and then my brother. She goes into my brother's room, his girlfriend, and he goes, hey, get up. And he's like, do I really have to go? And she's like, yes, I'm going to make you go with this because I'm going to suffer through this. You're going to suffer through this. And he like took a massive in the morning, put on his shades, put on his shades and was like, all right, let's do this. And he outran everyone. I was able to keep up with him for like maybe 30 seconds. And I just got humbled so bad. Yeah. And I was like, golly, man, I was like, I'm so unfit. But it was the first time my family did like a family 5K. And we just ran around the neighborhood, through another neighborhood up and down this hill. And it was really special because it was one of the moments I was like, I can't believe we did like a family K together. And like we walked and ran. But I was like, I don't know if you have the same thing with your family, but we're super close. And
we're close, but my family would never run.
They would never run with you?
No.
Yeah.
No, I took them all camping early on and then that's it. They were done.
They were like, no more.
Like it was raining and they were like, just everyone was tired and miserable. And I'm like, well, this is fun, right?
And they're like, no, this is not fun.
No, we all have regular jobs and we can pay for hotel rooms. I'm like, oh,
Oh, that's less fun. Yeah, yeah. Well, uh, my friend Sarah, I'm trying to get her to run with me from the Grand Canyon, and she's like, I think I would rather blow my own knees off than run. And I was like, very strong,
Yeah.
duly noted. But I was like, I guess we'll never figure out how you run, I guess, or
Yeah.
would want to run.
Yeah.
So yeah.
My race is 125 miles mountain bike in the backcountry of Colorado.
Mhm.
Starts at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, that's the part that I'm like,
Dang, man.
so whether I finish it, quit halfway, or I'm not ready, I'm gonna go to the mountains here in a week or two and see how I feel. I need something to scare me, to get me in shape.
I can scare you into shape. Yeah, yeah. I'll ride the little golf cart through the ATV. Andale.
Anything else you want to promote? Anything else you're proud of that you want people? So Jimenez and Friends, what is that on?
Documentary is on YouTube, on the Texas Tech University YouTube channel. So please like, comment, subscribe on that video, and subscribe to that channel because all of my work is coming down over there. But we just released a new one called Stages of Life. It was part of Evermore magazine, which I believe you
I've written twice for. Well, I guess the other one wasn't in the magazine, but yeah.
you written for Rattlesnake Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, so Hamlet's out. It's on my friend Jackson Chapman and Bill Gilbert, I believe his last name is. And so it's kind of like this nice little like passing a baton, twin story type of stuff where a lot of the reflections Bill did is in Jackson Chapman. So
and Rattlesnake Canyon, you did documentary on that.
Did documentary Rattlesnake Canyon.
Great interviews, great light.
This is so funny because I remember that day filming that, and that was the exact same thing you said to me that day. You're like, that light is amazing. Yeah.
Well, and then to praise your other one, what was the Great Plains project? What was yours?
It's called Chasing the Plains. So Chasing the Plains is a behind-the-scenes documentary on how the Great Plains docuseries was made, except with a twist that it's focused on the students going to basically make this documentary. Mm-hmm. So for those that don't know, the documentary is made by students, all shot. Some of it, I believe, was edited, but a lot of the actual execution work of it, right, was done by students, and a lot of great friends: Angelina, Hannah, Eddie, Kenneth, Shaylin, a lot of great people. I think some of them have been on this podcast before. Mm-hmm. It's kind of telling their story, why they chose college, and also this kind of subtle undertone of why college is important and why these transformative experiences are important for students to do. There's a really great quote I think Eddie says in the documentary. He's like, he says, like, I kind of feel like I wasted my life away a little bit, but doing these classes, doing this stuff, like, helped him rejuvenate, something like that. And I'm probably butchering what is actually said in the documentary because some hack made it, but but to me, I think that's kind of the thesis of the documentary. It's letting these kids do something really hard, right, and really profound, so that when they go into the workforce, or quote unquote the real world, like, they have this plethora of experience they can rely on that can help, like, propel their careers. But yeah, I that's a documentary I probably don't talk about enough because I spent about a year making it, mm-hmm. Editing it.
You're tired of it.
Yeah, and so part of me is like, I that's not that I don't want to talk about it. It's just I spent so long looking at that thing that I was like, I gotta let that breathe, because Chasing the Plains initially started for me as a grad student. I was a grad student at the time, and Jared had this idea of doing the Great Plains project, starting it up. So, but on a bicycle, not on a motorcycle. And so he rode, halfway up the Great Plains on a bicycle. And I shot a lot of it as a grad student. Truthfully, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just like, yeah, sure, let's do this. And I was just kind of faking it till I make it. And I think that's kind of reflective in the fact that, like, it never made the light of day, like, I don't know where that footage sits and where it's going to be and that kind of stuff. But hopefully it'll be used in some capacity. But it started as a grad student. And what I always tell people too, when they start into filmmaking or at least get into video work, is that there really is no second chances. Not the fact that you can't do another video, but, like, you can never revisit the same story twice. And if you are given the chance to visit the same story twice, like, it's a pretty special moment. So for me, I got to actually visit this story that, in my eyes, I consider kind of a failure because no one gets to really see it. and I got to tell the story again, albeit through a slightly different lens. Through these students making this docu-series with you and Jared on a motorcycle. So for me, it was kind of coming home a little bit and making this documentary and doing it right this time. I told myself, I was like, I don't care if it's hell or high water, but like this piece is coming out because like I can't have this not live, Yeah. So for me, that documentary is really special because I got to go home and then bring a little bit of that piece back with me with new profound experience.
Yeah, it was a great. So Jimenez are friends, chasing the planes, Rattlesnake Canyon, whole plethora of things up there on Texas Tech that you've made. The chasing the planes, the footage you shot, the interview you shot with Shaylin. It's unbelievable. That looks so fan. I remember watching you shoot that.
Yeah.
And it looks so good.
Thank you. Yeah, I remember. God, I put so much faith in my friend Thomas because the wind was so bad that day.
Oh, geez, yeah.
I mean, the wind was awful. I mean, it was typical West Texas wind. And if those who've been in West Texas, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it was just awful. So I'm just like there. He's there holding the boom with like everything on it to like cut the sound
when
down.
Taylor
was holding a diffuser because the wind was so strong, even with sandbags on, it was going to fall. And so I'm a real stickler for light, shocker.
Yeah,
and so good. I like wanted this really nice light on her, and I wanted this like nice, like this split view of these canyons and wind turbines and basically the cap rock where the Great Plains starts, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it does start there. And I was like, we got to put Shaylin here because, and Shaylin will tell you this in her episode here, that like, she didn't grow up doing this type of stuff. I think it'd be really cool if we can get her out into basically the open air because at the time, Shaylin she still has a lot of potential, but at the time she didn't really know where her career was going to go. She wanted to do this and this and this and this. And I was like, I really want these vast open West Texas skies to kind of represent where the potential of her can go. And I think, and again, it was probably a hell shoot for everyone involved. We got pancakes afterwards and I paid for pancakes, but I was like, I got the shot. And I think it speaks for itself, and the interview was great. She was a rock star of a person. Another person who cried on camera, which is funny because my favorite behind the scenes story I tell about Chasing the Planes is that like I think out of the 6 people I interviewed, like 4 of them cried or 5 of them cried because it was just so personal to them to like tell their story and then like let them know what they did was incredible. And I think Shaylin, Hannah, Angelina, Eddie, Kenneth, they all felt that at the end of the day that like what I did was pretty special.
Yeah.
And I hope that they feel the same way about that as much as I do.
Yeah. I mean, that was unlike any experience.
No. I mean, we're still talking about it 2 years later.
Yeah. And then when the full doc comes out, it's gonna be really special.
I think so too. I think it'd be great, especially since, Chase the Plains is a good companion piece to it. And I think those that are going to fall in love with Great Plains, they're going to watch Chasing the Plains and see the humanity behind the documentary. The documentary has a lot of humanity behind it, but sometimes I think we forget about the people who make the stuff, right? Yeah.
So you're doing a ultra running doc. What's your dream project that you'd like to do?
My dream project? Be Anthony Bourdain. Be Anthony Bourdain. Yeah.
I told Jilly that at PBS that I would really that's the career almost.
Yeah, same. And it's so funny because I think if he was here right now with us, he would probably say, "Don't do it."
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
But
he'd be like, "You don't have the chops."
Yeah, and then I'd be like, "Where are you to say that?"
Yeah.
And then I do it out of spite.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. And he's talking to me.
Yeah. So do you want to be in front of the camera?
No, I don't want to be in front of the camera. I want to tell more food stories.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
let's do that.
The more I do this line of work, and which is so funny because my actual dream job is to actually be a baker and open up a bakery full time. I'm just kind of doing this because people tell me they like it, and I've got a lot of fulfillment out of it over the last 3 to 4 years. And so I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll just kind of stick with it a little longer. Is that like we're so innately tied to food, right? Like it represents our culture. It's a good communicator. And there's just so much you can tell from food that like I don't think you can get in English or math or whatever it is, or science. That like I think it's so intrinsically human to eat and to like share food, right? Like what do we have in front of us right now? We have
full circle, man.
Flourless cake, right?
Yeah.
Like you brought that here as like a communicator tool, as like to like a sign of breaking bread with each other, like a sign of peace.
Love it.
And like I love that.
Yeah.
And I just think it's so special that like we get to make food and consume it. Because I think at the end of the day, eating is for the privileged, right? Or it's for the privilege of the living. Because to live is to eat, right? Yeah. Eat, pray, love. Yeah.
You should write a book about that.
I should, yeah.
Yeah. It's, to eat for sustenance, but we've even from the beginning of time, we have taste buds. So there's something about the fruit on prickly pear that has drawn us. And it like, I use that term all the time, breaking bread. And I was just talking about that at Texas Tech PBS. We were talking about maybe doing a food thing down the road.
Yeah.
Because Simon and I had started, I was thinking about kind of a High Plains Texas magazine, and started off with, food's the thing, breaking bread and like eating on the Great Plains. Jared and I made an effort to cook, and you being a baker, I'm like, I'm going to bake you the best thing that I make and have you judge me on whether it's good. I know it's good. But
that's a lot of confidence right there.
Yeah.
So confidence in writing, but in the baking,
I'm a damn good baker.
Damn good baker, yeah.
Yeah, because the mechanics of it don't you just do it.
You just follow a recipe.
Yeah. And then your techniques develop. But we had talked about I'm going to do a MotoGP podcast series, and I want to do a chef series. So
yeah, let's do it, man.
Yeah,
I'm serious. Yeah, let's do
it. I talked about this earlier, so we're double talking, but that one recorded, and then we'll close this out with a bite of cake and go. I'll go eat dinner. Golly.
Yeah, where do you want to go?
Yeah, Jimenez and Friends is closed.
Pizza.
Yeah, pizza. Spite joke.
We're gonna have pizza out of spite now. Yeah, what a nerd.
We were talking about, and she was talking about in relation to, I can't remember what it was, a production. And, the famous question is, and I saw this on another podcast, is an amateurish podcast. Like, this is not amateur. I don't know. I've done some.
I know it's pretty legit.
Pretty high production. Yeah. If you could have dinner with anyone, living or dead, who would it be? And I'm like, that's just the lame. Like, that's like.
You think it's the lamest question ever?
That's the first date question, man.
Yeah. Well, hey. How's it going? Oh, is this not a date? My bad.
Well, for a podcast, it's like you can do better. And I mean, for me, it'd be my granddad, but that's not the way I look at it is not who I'd have dinner with. It's a place. If I could go back in time, I would go to the place that changed the way I looked at food, kind of cut my teeth on, for lack of a better term, gourmet food. It was plated food, but like it opened up my taste buds. Stout beer with chocolate cake, with chocolate pie. It doesn't even seem like a good thing. But I would go back to Roost Street Brewery in 1999, 98.
So many jokes.
with the date?
Well, because I think I was like 1.
Yeah. Well, and have dinner with my wife, because I would love to share that experience with her. Like, I was single, no prospects, living the life of a monk, training all the time.
Right.
Couldn't meet a girl, couldn't talk to a girl because I have no game.
You're just describing me right now. Lovely. Yeah.
You'll get there. You'll find that you'll find someone like Allison, and to have dinner with her at a restaurant that doesn't exist. That to me is that's the story.
Yeah. Well, I think you'd answer both questions, right? Like, you would just like, living or dead, it's your wife.
Yeah.
Right. And then going back in time. I think that's such a great addition to the question, because like where we eat and how we eat it is so tied to what we're actually eating, right? Like, if I can go back in time, like I would want to go back to probably, in recent memory, probably Alaska, because I had some of the best ramen I think I've ever had up there. And it was how I ate it, which was really funny. It was a really terrible eating experience, but me and my coworker couldn't stop laughing at it, because we walk into like this basement and we go in there and we eat ramen, and the lights are so dark. Like, I can't even see my chopsticks. I can't even know what I'm eating in there. All I know is I was eating something really great, but like the whole moody light, atmosphere was great, and it was so funny because it was me and him sitting there.
Who?
And me and Thomas Boyd.
Okay.
Yeah, we got sent to Alaska to go film for the commercial that won second place at the university conference.
Great job.
And thank you.
You have a great job. But that's a great job.
That's a great job too as well.
And
yeah,
you have a great job.
Yeah. And
like we're over here lamenting, like, it's really hard to be.
It's really hard. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So when I was in Alaska,
it's like, oh no, my steak is too juicy. My lobster's too buttery.
Why is my bed so soft?
Oh gosh, man, our lives are so hard. Yeah. We got to drink more water out of water hoses. Yeah. We got to be reminded.
Yeah. Come home when the street lamps come on.
Yeah.
My mom didn't know where we were.
Yeah, a whole nother like topic entirely to be like, that was kind of problematic a little bit. Yeah. How do you not know where your kids are a little bit?
They didn't love you.
Yeah. Yeah. To me, it's like, maybe your parents didn't want you. But
they said, take a ride with a stranger.
Yeah. You see that stranger with all the candy? You can say yes. Yeah. That has to be cut.
No. Unhinged. Okay.
Yeah. And
so you were Alaska.
In Alaska, it was a fun, and then there was all these people next to us, and they were all clearly on dates. And I'm sitting there with my coworker Thomas, and before I can say anything, he was like, just don't say it. He was like, I know you're gonna say some stupid.
Yeah, don't be Michael.
He's like, just don't be Michael right now. He's like, I just want to enjoy this meal. And I was like, okay.
Don't do one of your comedy bits, okay?
Yeah, he's like, this is not the time for stand-up comedy. And I'm like, dang, okay. Well, I was like, I think this is a perfect time.
What city in Alaska?
Anchorage.
Okay.
Anchorage. Yeah.
When you have that meal that's really good and the environment, it just amplifies everything. And like when it's a good food, or like, you being at Jimenez and being in there and amongst friends and people you care about, and you get to raise up with highlighting in a doc. It's just, it's fun. It's a great way to live. And
it is.
And I think we're an hour and a half. I think we should wrap this up with a tort.
Yeah, I feel like we could go on for 3 more hours, actually.
Yeah, with Maddie, I went so long we did it in 2 episodes.
Yeah.
But when I went back on it, I was like, I talked a lot.
You, the man, talking over the woman, and crazy.
No, I just talked about racing go-karts at a high level.
The most man thing you could talk about? I'm so sorry.
Allison's like, oh, you talked about racing go-karts at a high level? I go, sorry.
Yeah. Talented filmmaker. And you talk about
Maddie's pretty straightforward, though. She doesn't. She doesn't.
I always say there's always a buffer when you ask her a question, though. Because you ask her a question, she's like, well... So I was thinking about go-karts, and then you're like, okay, we're here. We're now. We're back then. I can say that because we're really good friends with her, but also I did interview her for the Chasing the Plane story, and Maddie made me sit through her voice for so long, and then I just decided to cut her out.
My favorite parts of her on that trip were getting up, and she always got up before everybody and would sit in her little chair and make coffee. And just
very old person thing to do.
You want to talk about a centered person that like she's
got an old soul.
She is for sure.
Yeah.
All of y'all. It's great being in this. I don't know what we are. This fighting force of storytellers. Yeah. This room.
You come back to reality for a
second. I was flying high. I was on a trip with. What's the hallucinogenic?
It's okay. We can have the cake.
Okay.
It's okay. We can have the cake.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you want me to do? Just want me to take a bite of it?
Take a bite. You can pick it up with your hand. You can turn it with a spoon.
Okay. How am I supposed to experience this? Is a better question.
I don't know how. There's no rules.
No rules.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of that plastic taste for sure.
The damn silly pint.
You could actually just taste the plastic. That's so funny.
You can. Yeah.
I like the texture. Actually, it's really good.
But it has that plastic taste, yeah.
But it's incredibly simple. It's not too sweet either. Like, I think if you had it with some, like, fresh cream, actually it'd be really, really delightful. And some fruit. Yeah, that's like a perfect companion to eat, like, fruit with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a companion. It's not good enough on its own.
Kind of like us, really, yeah.
Metaphor.
Press the button.
Yeah.
Press the button. The metaphor alert.
Okay. Well, it's chocolate, 5 eggs, butter, and almond flour.
Almond flour, okay.
Yeah.
So why the 5 eggs?
So you do the eggs, you separate them, and then you
Because it's flourless, right?
Yeah, and so you beat the yolks to where you have peaks. Yeah. You're not good enough in this world. You're not my son.
Go on, the lights come on.
You're supposed to play football. You're not a good quarterback. Damn it, Dad, I'm not as good as you. And then you beat the whites
You beat your wife.
until they're nearly
Wait, hold on. You said you beat
the egg whites.
the egg whites.
You beat the egg whites.
Okay.
And then
Do you want to talk about that?
and then you fold them into the batter, and it's what makes it light and airy because it'd be dense without the separation of
It feels very fudgy.
Yeah. All right. This has been a
This
lot
has
of fun.
been, yeah, really fun. Yeah. I'm sorry you have to edit all of this.
Yeah. Oh, well, shit. I didn't hit record.
Oh,
We got to do this all over again.
oh no. I guess we'll have to do it over pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we have to bring Justin too. I think he wanted to get dinner.
Yeah. I told him 8, so we better wrap this up.
Okay. Do you have any closer?
Wait a minute. I thought you were in Scotland. Holy crap. Jared's here.
Jared! Oh my god!
And that's it. That's a cut. That's a wrap.
We didn't do a clap to start.
Ah. Oh, hold on. We'll do it right now. Okay.
Does that work after the? I
It
guess.
does, yeah.
You can put it at the
You
end.
can
huh?
do it. You can do at any point. After I just did it.